ready.
He's poised.
Okay, there's part one. Now finish him off. Finish him off.
He's calling for it.
This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up.
He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him in a power slam. He got him in a power slam. He got it. Simmons got it. Simmons has won the match. Simmons is a champion.
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You'll get to see your knee deep.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport with the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Trying to run a little skull and dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! That's enough! Stop it! Man, listen. That's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Choke slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Luther versus Lips on the biggest times in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! What? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Sorry.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I am back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. Episode 8, we're going to preview this weekend's WWE Night of Champions, live from Saudi Arabia. I need a mic check first to let everybody know if they can hear me because I am doing a totally new setup. So it's not gonna, you won't get that crystal clear sound from me that you're used to, but we're just gonna have to rock how we rock. I see my co-host is in the back, so let's bring them on up now. What's going on, Venkat?
What's going on, Trevor? It's live at 6:05.
Yeah, my sound may sound like the old days because I'm not in the studio, but we're gonna have to make it work.
That's fine. Sounds fine to me.
All right, as long as we can hear it.
So you got your overlay.
Oh yeah, because I'm not in my setup. I'm not.
I see what you're saying.
I'm not looking at my monitors or nothing. So now it's just a bunch of scrunching my eyes to see what's going on here. I'm getting old. Normally in my setup, I got a big monitor that I'm looking at.
Oh, you're doing the ECW version of the show, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, but we still gonna rock. Hold on, I see Mike is in the chat. And Bones will be through later. But we're gonna go over this show and There's supposed to be a debate tonight at 8 that they're requesting all the debaters to be at. So hopefully that goes down. But either way, we're gonna make it rock. The beard maintenance is aging. Yeah, right. All right. So first of all, before we even get started in the show, there's two things that's going on. As we left the show last week, news broke that superstar Billy Graham passed away. So before we even get into the show, I just want to, give our condolences to the family of the superstar, and just what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, he's a trailblazer in the industry. A lot of people copied his style. You look at Hogan, of course, Jesse Ventura, Big Papa Pump, and many others over the years that have just, borrowed his image, borrowed his cadence, his style, the way he talks, the way he present himself. So he was one of those trailblazers, just like Gorgeous George, just like Ric Flair, just like Michael P.S. Hayes and the Freebirds. These guys have added things to the wrestling industry that others have emulated and tried to expand on. So you have to give them credit. So R.I.P. to superstar Billy Graham.
So what is it with middle-aged, muscle-bound, balding white guys that's so popular back in that era? You mentioned superstar Billy. We got superstar Billy Graham. You mentioned Jesse the Body Ventura. You mentioned Hulk Hogan. Like, all of them basically ripped off his shtick. I mean, I could even look at him and see some Macho Man. I can see Macho Man in him.
And for Ric Flair.
Yeah, it's like everybody, like these middle-aged balding white guys, like, with the skullet cut. Because when you look at him, he was ripped now. He was a body guy, but superstar. Like, what do you remember most about him?
Bro, he's like, what's the guy who used to play the piano? And he always like, I created everything. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Little Richard.
Little Richard. He's the Little Richard wrestler. This new generation will call him the Soldier Boy. He started everything that everybody bit. Everybody bit off of this man and got more popular than him, which is a shame because he had the body, he had the look, but he had the mouthpiece too, bro. He was put together, bro. He was that guy.
And he also had great matches with like Dusty Rhodes at Madison Square Garden. So,
that's what I was. That's the most memorable. That's the most memorable thing to me about him is those set of matches. And the thing is too, I never saw him live because I wasn't born yet. But watching them back on replay and everything, they were like awesome, especially the bull rope match.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, that's Little Richard, bro. He started it all, bro. Every time I see Ric Flair talk, I see superstar, man.
But you know what's funny though? Because even then, the WWE never pulled the trigger on the Rhodes because Dusty could have beat him for the belt, even though Dusty wasn't a WWF signed competitor, but that was a time where you could travel and they were bringing you in and stuff like that. Like, how great would that have been for them to put the belt on Dusty then? Like, that would have lined him up a whole lot more than what he already was.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, they had a whole lot of missteps.
Yeah, well, we gonna get to the missteps tonight because I'm gonna have to. I got some, I'm like CM Punk. I got something I got to say, and I'm pretty sure everybody want to hear what I got to say because this bill for this show has not been it. I almost don't want to bring this next thing up just because I don't want Venkat to go on a whole hour long tirade and start slandering people and get my channel struck.
We don't slander
Venkat here.
But today, I think it was yesterday. and obviously we didn't do the show. We did a different show yesterday. Which if y'all didn't go check out that show last night, y'all gotta check that. That was a good ass basketball show. And Nene supposed to be sending me she may have already done it again. It's on IG, and I haven't checked any of my IG messages. But apparently, someone shot his best friend because they were having a LeBron MJ debate, and it was so. Yeah, so it was. I was gonna save it for Man Talk Monday because it's so funny that she would send it to me. It's so funny she would send it to me, and I'm like, damn, that would have been a perfect story to know about after the debate that Mike and Venkat had last night. But I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it and see. But I want to say it was yesterday or today. I'm not sure on the date, but is the day that Owen Hart died. So here go a whole another year since that tragedy. And all right, so let me see how I'm gonna pose this question so Venkat doesn't just slander the entire McMahon family. Okay, since Owen Hart's death, since everything that's happened, what do you see that the industry as a whole, what changes have they made to ensure the safety of the competitors?
Go ahead, Mike. No.
Man, the only thing I can see they did is they outlawed the like the moves with the head. Like no more Benoit, off the top rope. I think that's the only safety thing. Yeah, no more headshots, the chair shots, things like that. Now it's like primarily to the back, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much it. And I guess they were forced to stop the rampant steroids.
Well, mainly pertaining to what happened, the injury.
Well, they didn't stop anything because we just saw WrestleMania that guy getting pulled down from the top. It's not the same as Owen Hart. Owen Hart came down like Sting, straight down. He wasn't doing that Shawn Michaels stuff where he was going straight across.
Yeah, like a zip line.
Right. That's a different animal than the coming down. But they ain't really do anything, I don't think.
I think technology just got better. That's probably it. Technology got better. Now you could zip line or drop straight in, and it's nothing because they're doing that for ballet now. If they had the technology, Owen would have been fine if they had the technology they have now.
All right, Venkat, this isn't a long card, so you got 3 minutes. Go ahead, because I know you want to. Go ahead.
What are you talking about? Night of Champions?
No. Go ahead and just say what you want to say. We're talking about Owen Hart. Just go and get it off your chest.
Oh, well, you know what I think about this crap. I think the McMahon family is just straight trash. They put that guy in a position. They put that guy in a position to hurt himself. Owen Hart wanted to finish off the last few months of his obligations, take his money, go with his wife, build a house, and just kind of live a better life. And he was forced to do that stunt he did not want to do, and he did it. And it's crazy because I watched the event for the first time a few months ago. And it's like they edit out that part, obviously, but you still could see the blood where he hit. It's just odd to watch the event. You see Undertaker and Steve Austin, they're fighting, and the blood is right there. And I'm just looking at the blood on the blood stain on the side there, and just thinking how messed up that is. I wish he would have gone to WCW with Bret Hart. He would still be alive. It's just unfortunate because I understand wrestling is this kind of traveling circus, and they do a lot of different things within media. There's music, it's acting, it's sports, it's all these things. But like coming off the top like that, like goddamn, it's not even necessary. It wasn't even. I'm sure even if he would have not died that day, if the accident wouldn't have happened, it would have been a moment that we wouldn't even be thinking about today. So it wasn't necessary, and it was stupid.
I agree. It wasn't a wow moment.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, because I gotta.
It wasn't a wow moment. Hey, tell St. Louis if you want to jump on, I'll jump off. I love hearing other people jump on, man.
No, St. Louis could come on. No, you ain't got to jump off. I could have 10 people up here.
I know, I'm saying because I got adulting to do. I got my baby this week.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? I like to support my dog. You know what it is.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
But I always say I get what Venkat's saying, but I always say he's playing the result because I never heard I never seen a moment where he would have been upset when Sting was doing it. Like, I mean, he's playing the result because of what happened. But when Sting was coming out of the rafters, everybody thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So all I'm saying is just be consistent all around the board. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he don't know consistency being superstar, so you can't really go to him. That was a callback from yesterday for those who didn't know.
Yeah.
As far as that, so it's one thing. Okay, so WCW started doing that with Sting. I could take it or leave it with that, but at least Sting was a bigger guy on the organization in WCW. When he did it, it was in big moments. People still look back at those moments, and it stands out. Like I just said, with that Owen Hart moment,
No, I absolutely agree with you.
Right. So it feels like it was just a thing that was being done as a retaliation of what WCW was doing. And that's, we know the petty nature of the McMahon family. We know how they are with this stuff. So they're just making people do certain things. There have been times I've noticed, like Nitro will have a cage match. Remember, there's one time it was a 6-man tag cage match. And then next week, Raw had a 6-man cage match. Coincidence? I don't know. But, I just know that there's a high level of pettiness with Vince McMahon and himself. So he's willing to try to do all kinds of things to push buttons to get attention. And I'm saying, you do that on your time. You be stupid on your time, not my time. So he put Owen Hart out there, and, the result was not good.
So I don't agree. I don't agree with you blaming Vince, but I do agree with what you're saying. Owen Hart at that time and that character, the Blue Blazer character, it was a throwaway joke character. There was no reason for a stunt that big. But now,
Yeah.
so now here it is. So now here's the question. I always got to throw one in there. Okay, that happened to Owen Hart, and we all know what happened, the ramifications from that and everything. What if that would have happened to like an Undertaker or a Stone Cold? You think they still be in business right now?
They'll probably be done.
Yeah, they'd be done. No, they absolutely would be done.
Yeah, it'd probably be done. Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness, that would be.
You think?
And that's bad. That's bad because it's like we're saying that Owen Hart isn't as valuable or some nonsense like that. Another reason I wish he would have came to WCW. Maybe they would have.
Some people will take it like that. That's not how I meant that question. But
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean, and I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying it just feels like that, but it's not. That's not what we're trying to say. It just sucks all around, man. It's just not a good thing. And I feel like I've always thought Owen Hart was someone that could make that huge push and be a top guy, possibly. Maybe at the level of like Rey Mysterio or maybe Eddie Guerrero, where they're not Stone Cold top, but they're still up there, And I thought he could have probably been one of those guys.
They blew the ultimate chance after the Montreal Screwjob when they brought Owen was off of TV for a while, and then they brought him back to attack Shawn Michaels in DX. And they didn't even have a pay-per-view match. Can you imagine as hot as Owen was in that they just screwed your brother. You're coming back now to defend the Hart family, and they don't even give you a pay-per-view match against the champion.
Right.
And it's like I sit there sometimes and I just think about like all the what ifs, like, hey man, what if like as a make good, you would have just been like All right, Owen, we're gonna let you run with this belt for a year because not a year, but a month. At that time, they were hot potato in the belt. Man, the belt changes were in both companies. I mean, title changes were happening every week. So what would it have mattered had
Right.
Owen Hart won the title and then ran with it for a month? It would almost kind of be like a make good. Like, hey, we know we did this to your brother, but thanks for sticking around. Here be the champion, so at least you could be in the record books as former WWF champion. And the fact that he never was WWF champion when he was at his hottest at that time, and he was at his hottest in 1994 after that steel cage match with Bret Hart, they didn't put the belt on him. It just shows a lack of foresight and horrendous booking. Which, I mean, speaking of horrendous booking, I won't get to it, but.
Could you imagine like that moment when Jim Ross is interviewing Vince McMahon and the birth of the McMahon character really is there? Bret screwed Bret, right? They're just going back and forth with that stuff. So now that McMahon character will then say, you know what, Bret left, but his brother's still in my employment. I'm gonna make his life a living hell and put him in scenarios where he has to like overcome, and eventually Owen could have worked through that and possibly win a title, kind of like an underdog story, like how Mankind did it or Cactus Jack did it. That would have been a huge moment right there. But
yeah, because Shawn Michaels was the champion. Everybody was beating Shawn Michaels.
Right, but not only that, right? That's a potential for a great match, a nice back and forth match.
Oh man, I've been trying to talk all this time, and I was like, why they ain't listening to me? My bad. Yo.
I wondered why it was so quiet.
Bro, I was dying. I'm over here talking like they just ignoring me. They getting gangsta on me. Bro, every answer to every question is Vince McMahon's ego. It's good and bad because you guys were saying, like, and this show you how long it's been I was trying to talk. When you were saying would they have gone under if Stone Cold or Undertaker, I don't think they would have. I think he would have found some way because Vince is the cockroach of the world. He'd have found some way to dig out from the refuse and tunneled out and made some kind of way to make the WWE keep going. Just like I'm telling you, his ego is immense. He can't see himself failing. And he's lucky because the way the industry is set up for how many decades he was the only thing in town. He murdered every single other promotion and never got a monopoly site by the government. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. He murdered every other promotion, and if they did that, and if there was a place who made sand, and they murdered every other sand maker, the government would have came down and broke them apart, like the Bell Company back in the day. They left WWE alone because that lobby money was fantastic, and they weren't gonna mess with it. And Vince McMahon was gonna survive. You can't fail when you have all the chips. He has all the chips. Look at all of the great wrestling stories that have come along, and then imagine what could have been. There could have been so many more superstars. He let The Rock and Stone Cold run for how long, and then let The Undertaker do his thing and had Triple H jump in every once in a while. He could have had 12 superstars, but he just stuck with his main 5 guys. And then when they were gone, he lucked into Cena, and then stuck with the Cena and Evolution.
Yeah, Evolution.
And then just kept bringing back DX until their legs fell off. That. Vince is not forward thinking. Vince is not. He just has all the cards. I promise you, if AEW tomorrow lucked into finding an actual superstar that wasn't over 50, okay? If they found a superstar, if they found a John Cena, I promise you, it wouldn't take 2 years for them to be on par, if not just below WWE, because they're actually trying things. They're actually trying. WWE has never tried it. Every time I talk about it, you hear me say he doesn't grow anything anymore. He lucked into that 2003. He lucked into that group, and the only thing he's had close to that is the Horsewomen, and he ran them into the ground. If you gave AEW the 4 Horsewomen, I promise you it would be the most popping thing in the world right now.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Their women's division.
Because they have nobody. The only one they had is the one they grew, DMD. and they tried to who was the Asian girl that was before her? Shinda. What's her name?
Hikari Shida?
Yeah, Sheeta's a beast. But she couldn't latch on. And then they tried to get with the other girl who looks like she's like a crazy Ukrainian. I can't think of her name. Dang, if I could ever get like good memory, I would kill this. But if she could get it, she's a beast too. But they don't have star power because Sheeta's a monster. Like every time I watch her wrestle, I'm like, everybody needs to bow to this Asian lady, and she fine. Like, damn. Go ahead.
Now they got Jade Cargill. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying Jade Cargill don't have it. She don't have it in the ring yet. That's the only issue. If they had the 4 horsewomen had it in the ring, on the mic, or with the fans, they had it everywhere. And they could have made it so AEW could never have existed, and they ruined it. That's what WWE is. WWE.
Yeah, they have these moments. They have these moments that fall in their lap and they destroy it.
Yes.
Look where the bloodline is right now.
Dude, they destroy the bloodline. Should be the hottest. Jay and Jimmy should be on ESPN getting interviewed right now. Sami Zayn should be on Oprah. Like, this should be the hottest thing in the world. And they just kept pouring water on it.
Yep.
Until it fizzled.
Speaking of sucks, see, Sasha Banks got hurt.
Yeah, I saw
at
that
a recent show.
Yeah, she got hurt.
That's her problem. Her body's too. She needs to go ahead and call AD and call Tom Brady and get this pliability. They all need to get on this plyometrics, bro. Stop playing. Because if I got injured that much, I promise you I'll be on Tom Brady's front doorstep. I don't know what that old ass man did to strengthen them joints, but he got the medicine. Y'all need to call him. Y'all laughing? I'm dead serious. Tom Brady was 53 years old playing quarterback.
She's too tiny, man, for real.
Being playing quarterback, the guy with the skirt on, where all the guys have to protect him, the quarterback, the guy that gets all the credit.
I agree, but when you're 45, the wind can make your body hurt. So you got to give him the credit where it's due.
Trust me, I know it's hard as hell waking up every morning and go to work at 43.
What?
So I can imagine you getting hit for a living.
Come on, knees sounding like pop rocks. Come on, bro.
Man, I be getting up in the morning, man. I feel like I got to crank up an old Buick back in the day.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Crazy, man.
Body sound like a deuce to the quarter. Come on, bro. Oh my God. Yo, Vince McMahon's ego is the worst thing in the world. WWE should be think about it. AEW's been around for 3 years. Yep. And it's more than it shouldn't even be in the stratosphere. It's almost at 1 million. It was at 1 million before they messed themselves up. If they didn't mess themselves up, they would already be at 1 million, and they have 2 superstars, if that. And one of them ain't even fighting.
Yep.
People are begging for something because they know the mustache is evil. They know. And as soon as he came back, everybody's like, "Oh, we know this is gonna be trash. We know this is gonna be garbage." As soon as he came back, you saw all the pay-per-view numbers. Everybody just thought, It's like a balloon when you have it for like 3 weeks.
I'm
just
astonished.
all wrinkly on the side, looking like a titty. That's all WWE goes. Oh, we know what's gonna happen.
I'm astonished at how quickly his presence was felt. Like,
yes,
it seems like the product took a nosedive, like almost immediate.
Yes. Did you see all the news programs before he came back? It was, oh my gosh, the bloodline is this, and they've got this, and Bailey. Oh, look at Bailey, and her ass is amazing. And then the week he came back, hey, we heard Vince was in the back. He might change SmackDown. We heard Vince was in. It's like he's when Trump first got when Trump first said he was going for president, and everybody was like, oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? It's like there's a bull in the china shop, but it's just like, so nobody get him mad. Please don't get him upset, bro. His ego's, oh my God, it's evil. It's evil. I promise you. In the museum, they're gonna put the mustache next to Hitler. It's evil.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. My goodness, this guy, man. I was seeing what Trevor was saying the other day. I saw a report on it that he can't be voted out. He can't be booted out. He can't until he dies or something else unforeseen happens. But he's pretty
Yeah.
much there for life.
You remember what I told you when he got back? I said the only reason they doing this merger, he went to get his billionaire friend to get his company back. That's all it was. And now that's all it turned out to be. They're not doing nothing fly with UFC. Oh, we're going to have a pipeline. McGregor's coming over. Yeah. Suck my nuts. We did all this to get my company back. My son-in-law.
You'll see McGregor. You're going to see McGregor pop up for a big show.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could have got McGregor without the merger. That ain't nothing. They've been having UFC people come over all the while.
Yeah,
that ain't nothing. They acted like the merger was this thing in the works. It was this big thing. We're gonna have the joint company, and it's gonna.
Hey, what's up,
miss me with that. It was to get Vince back his company, put his balls on Triple H's head, and let him know who ran shit. That's all it was.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
He is one of them things. I don't know if you ever watched Problem Child, when the little girl, she little spoiled brat, and Problem Child, I forget his name, start throwing all her toys in the pool, and then they were playing that song like "It's My Party, I Cry If I Want You." That's kind of
that was Problem Child 3, right?
Nah. It was an early one. It was before they started messing it up. It was either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And that little badass kid was a G though.
But he was like, they were playing the song like "It's My Party, I Cry If I Want To" and stuff like that. And that's how he is. It's like, it's my company. I'll ruin it if I want to. No promo. No promo is more fulfilling, more prophetic than his promo about if anybody's going to kill my creation, it's going to be me.
That's exactly who he is.
This man,
sitting in that chair.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how the hell, man.
Bro, he's a shitty Thanos. You know how everybody watched the Avengers, like, we kind of understand Thanos. He's like the flip side. He's like a Thanos that was just like, I just want everybody to be under my nuts. Like, fuck everybody. Like, he's a shitty Thanos. He's a horrible he is the worst. I never in my life thought I would be a fan of Triple H. Never in my life.
I know, he makes Triple H look like Gandhi.
Yes, bro. Ever since Triple H did that thing in the Booker T, and then when he was across from CM Punk, and I was like, yo, he really is unlikable. He needs to be a heel his whole life. And then he got the head bob. I was just like, I can't stand him. And then he got the beard like Trevor. I can't stand him. And then all of a sudden Vince was gone. It was like, hey, Trip, what are we gonna do this week? It's the weirdest thing. I call him Hunter. I was like, wait, what are we doing this week, Hunter? Like, well, come on.
Yeah, I really like his vision. What he was explaining I was watching a press conference where he was talking about his plan for wrestling in the future, having multiple organizations across the world, and then eventually doing like a World Cup of Wrestling, and having like the best guys face each other, and it might culminate like in a WrestleMania type scenario or something like that. And I was like, my God, now you're bringing stakes to this thing, and it makes it more. I know,
bro.
It was so great.
You have an actual universal championship.
Yeah,
where you have to beat all the champions of all that would be lit.
Right, and that was the knock with WWF all this time. You read these old wrestling magazines back then. You hear about Ric Flair going this place, going that place, defending the title, not going on a tour where he's just wrestling someone from WCW. He's actually wrestling the guys in the territory that they're at. And even wrestling is a pre-scripted thing, whatever. But they're doing it. They're actually having their champion interact with another guy from another league. WWF will never do that. WWE will never do that. So it would be great that they have their own leagues all across the world, and then there's like this World Cup type thing going on.
I seem to remember a guy who had a bunch of belts who was just doing just that maybe a year ago. He had a bunch of belts. So he had a AAA belt,
Yeah, but nobody could pick that guy out of a lineup
I
outside of
could. Hey, first of all,
outside
don't be
of real
disrespecting Omega.
outside of like diehard wrestling fans. Come on,
Don't
man.
you disrespect Omega. Anybody that was in the Bullet Club get love.
That you talking about the gay guy, right?
No, what?
You talking about the bisexual guy, right? Kenny Omega?
Hey, bro.
What?
Like, I don't understand why every time I get on here, Trevor want to fight. Like, I don't understand what this is. You gonna watch how you talk about Omega?
You don't know about that, Van Cat?
No, I do not know about that.
Oh, okay.
We don't know about nothing. Trevor is in a hater position.
Okay.
We don't listen to haters.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I mean,
we don't negotiate with haters.
Exactly. Matter of fact, slide my picture on over to the right a little bit. I don't want to be under Trevor no more. Hating on Omega. Omega fire.
Yeah, Kenny Omega, man, he's good. A lot of people here and there will take a knock at him, but when I see him in the ring,
he's a beast.
Yeah, he's very good, man. Very good.
So are the Young Bucks. So are. And
all
so
right, didn't you say you had something to do?
That whole mode just changed right on a dime.
I felt love in that, bro. I felt love.
Man, this man, like the young man, like get off
bro,
of my.
The Young Bucks are lit.
Just get out of my wrestling, man. What did Ric Flair tell Sting? Get out of this business. Get out of my life, you punk.
Yo, how do you not like the Young Bucks?
You know why, Mike? Because I like to look at my wrestlers and think that they could beat me up. That's why.
Yo, stop playing. Matt Jackson will fold you up.
Yeah, I bet. I'd fold Matt, Nick, Daddy Nick, and Matt, whoever, all of them up at the same time. I bet that them two bums could beat up anybody in real life. Ask CM Punk.
Wow.
and if that guy's beating you up, then you gotta suck.
So you hate Dom?
Huh?
You hate Dom?
I love Dom's character. Dom is like a dork, like a heat-seeking missile. That's
what's
what
the
Dom
difference?
is.
So what's the difference?
Because Dom doesn't portray himself to be anything. Like the Young Bucks really believe that they're like the best tag team in the world when they're on the roster with the best tag team in the world. Like, come on, man, get out of here.
Yo, this hatred is amazing. Wow, the Young Bucks are talented, sir. They are.
Can't say that I just don't like the little guys because I love Adam Cole, I love Bryan Danielson. So I mean, it ain't that just because they're little guys, but they're so unassuming and so dorky, and everything they do is so scripted, and I just get off my TV.
Yo,
get off my TV.
So you hate the Hardys too?
No, the Hardys were good, man, but the Hardys are from my era, though. So if
they're the same damn thing.
No.
Man, Matt Hardy ain't been able to run in like 40 years.
Yeah, but me and Matt Hardy are also the same age.
40.
We're also the same age.
You ever see him run? It look like his spine is fused.
Oh Lordy.
I never get you. I never get y'all Young Buck fans. Like I mean, Bones is a Young Buck fan too. I never get y'all Young Buck fans. I get the love,
bro.
I get the love for Kenny Omega because he does all the flippy and all the acrobatic stuff. I get it. I'm a Ricochet.
You know what? I'm gonna send you a Best of Young Bucks video.
No, don't do it because I never watch it.
But you gotta watch it for podcast purposes.
I watched one. I do. True. I got about 40 shows over here. I don't need to watch that for no damn podcast purposes. I watched one Young Bucks match. It was Young Bucks against Lucha Brothers because everybody was telling me, "Oh man, you got to watch this. You got to watch this." And when I watched it, I was like, "Man, if this ain't some acrobatic choreographed, but again." I don't like that. I don't like the acrobatic stuff. The overuse of it.
Overdoing it. Yeah.
If you did it once or twice, I'm like good because, like I say, I like Ricochet, but
you cannot like Ricochet and hate the Young Bucks. You cannot.
They slow. I know WWE Ricochet. I don't know independent Ricochet. Independent Ricochet and WWE Ricochet are not the same because they don't let him do all that crazy stuff. So I don't know. You remember the match they got universally praised and then panned at the same time? Ricochet.
Where they were doing and they ended up in the middle of the ring looking like Super Saiyans.
Yeah, Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. How could you ask a purist wrestling fan like me to watch something like that and enjoy it when I see these guys clearly doing choreographed stuff? At least Macho Man did choreographed stuff, but all his stuff looked real.
Right.
Bro.
Right,
go ahead, bro.
No. That was it. It's true. I'm just agreeing with what Trevor's saying. I agree with that part.
First of all, how dare you? Your job is not to agree with Trevor. You cut that bullshit out now.
I'm just being real. I don't have an agenda.
You're Van Cat. If he says the sky is blue, you say it's 3.5. Cut it out. All right. Now, I forgot. Hold on. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Damn it. Oh, yeah. If you can sit there and watch Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do the same slow punch, punch, and get excited, you can make room in your heart for some acrobatics, my G. Cut it out. Stop. I understand being the purist and I respect it, but you starting to sound like them old dudes from the 70s who go, that ain't no real defense. He ain't even bleeding.
So here's the best you're gonna get out of me. That 630 splash that Kenny Omega did on Vikingo about a month ago or so on AEW was fantastic. That's the best you're gonna get.
Okay, you're talking about that splash that guy did, not Kenny Omega.
Oh, it was the guy.
Kenny Omega took it. He took it
through the table. Yeah, that was tremendous.
Oh yeah,
that's the best.
So you don't watch them versus the FTR? You didn't watch that match?
Young Bucks and FTR. No, because like I'm so turned off on the Young Bucks. I don't give them any. I don't give them any clicks and views. See,
and this is why you are not objective. I am an objective person. You are not objective, sir. I watch Fox News every once in a while just so I can see what them assholes are talking about.
I told you I watch the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
That's one match.
How many do you need? Okay, it's like Darby Allin. I watched Darby Allin against Cody Rhodes. I watched Darby Allin when he just fought Samoa Joe. I think Darby Allin is not a good wrestler. I think he's a garbage wrestler, but I still give him a chance because everybody keeps telling me how great Darby Allin is.
He is great, though.
So I don't need to see any more Darby Allin matches because all he is Baby Mick Foley. He's just going to throw himself through everything. He's going to take a bunch of unnecessary falls on the concrete. I don't need to see it. I love Mick Foley, but I don't want to watch a man. Difference? I don't want to watch a man kill himself. But at one point, I started wanting Mick Foley to stop. And now
Darby Allin is not at that point yet, sir.
Yeah, man, well, he's about to be.
He's 12 and a half.
But then again, look at him. Like at some point, if you're a football player, if you're an NFL football player, and I stand next to you and I'm bigger than you, then come on, man. And when I'm looking at these wrestlers on the AEW roster, and I'm like, wow, like if y'all got in a real fight, I'm supposed to believe that y'all gonna beat anybody up. To me, I just can't do it. I just can't.
I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell you two stories real fast. One isn't even a story. One is, remember when Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar got in a fight on that plane? Who got their ass whooped? That's one. That's one.
Chris Jericho, get the story right. Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar, they got in a fight in the backstage after SummerSlam. They never got in any fight on no airplane.
Nah, there was a plane. There was a plane fight too.
And Brock Lesnar told him to fight me or kiss me, bitch. That's what he said. And Chris Jericho didn't move anything. That's what happened.
Bro, I'm gonna look it up. There was a fight in Brock Lesnar's big as he is. Brock Lesnar got folded up.
And Brock Lesnar, and Kurt Angle is a wrestling machine. It was Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar on the airplane. It wasn't no Chris Jericho.
I'm gonna look it up. I told you
Chris Jericho beat up Goldberg.
That's okay. My bad. Goldberg.
Yeah, he beat up Goldberg.
And Goldberg is way bigger than Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but Chris Jericho, he'll even tell you the story. All he did was held him in the front face lock and waited for everybody to break it up. So
he shouldn't be able to.
But even Chris Jericho looks like he could. Looks like he could at least beat somebody up.
Chris Jericho 5'6".
I'm talking the height has nothing to do with it. Hey, MD, if you want to come up, you can, man. I'll put the link in the chat. But yeah,
you're a sizist. I'm starting to see you're a sizist.
It was Kurt Hennig too. Yeah, Brock and Kurt Hennig had a thing too. Yeah, but listen,
folded him up. Kurt Hennig was a beast.
I told y'all there's a debate at 8:00 tonight, and we ain't even getting to the damn card yet.
All right,
let's roll it out. Let's roll it out.
Y'all always do this to me.
Yeah.
Young Buck hating ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna change my name to Young Buck.
This card ain't long anyway, but let's get to it because I will say this before I start. WWE hasn't had a build for a pay-per-view, like a good build for a show, I think, in a couple of years. So I'm gonna say that. But their last couple of shows that they put on, I mean, starting from Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, especially this last one, were tremendous. So I'm willing to give them. Yeah, the Backlash was in Puerto Rico, right? Yeah,
Backlash. Yeah,
I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt just because the shows normally deliver. I don't think this one is going to deliver because it's in Saudi Arabia, and I'll tell you why when we get into the review. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to the build for this show, they get a solid D-, and that's just how I feel. So
they shouldn't even get credit for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was thirsty for something,
right?
And all they had to do was put out some Puerto Ricans. If you get dead ass. If you put a show in Jamaica and Buju Banton run down the aisle, we gonna go crazy too.
Yeah.
They had Bad Bunny and they had Carly. Come on, bro.
They had to put the show together, though.
I feel you. I'm just saying Puerto Rico was going together. They could have did anything if they'd picked any island and had they if you'd have did it in Haiti and had Sweet Mickey run out, they'd have went crazy too.
You got to go back. I don't know if y'all went back and watched that show, man. Listen to when Bad Bunny comes out. Like,
oh yeah, the pop was crazy.
That's some insane. That was on a whole nother level, man. I know Venkat going to tell
not Road Warriors level.
That the Road Warriors were better, but nah.
Ooh, what a rush!
I'm telling you, man.
Ain't nothing beating that.
And you know the best thing to do is look at the fan views on that. Like go Google Bad Bunny entrance and look at the fan cam and watch from the perspective of the fans. Man, them jokers was, and a lot of them were in there drinking. Man, they were on it that night. I'd have loved to have been in that audience.
Puerto Rico.
I'd have loved to have been in that audience.
The only group of people that love their flag and their country more than the Jamaicans is Puerto Ricans.
And it's not, and it's still like it's just what, U.S. territory. All right,
it's USA.
Is MD in the chat?
Yeah, but I dropped the link. I don't know if you want to come up or not. I put the link.
Hey, come on up, MD. Come on up. All right, Trevor, go ahead.
All right, so we got Night of Champions this Saturday at 1 p.m. our time.
Yep.
I want to say it's from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. This is probably like their 10th. Nah, they've been going to Saudi Arabia for a while. So it's probably like their 10th show, their 10th Saudi Blood Money show.
It's been that many?
Yeah, it's been a couple, man. They've been up there for a while. So
has there been a good one yet?
No. The first one, I think the greatest Royal Rumble one was good. I thought that was good. That one, that's the one I can remember was good, but nothing else was good. Everything else was terrible. Fiend and he said he's still working. He said he's still working. The Fiend and Goldberg was awful. Undertaker, Goldberg, awful. I'm
Goldberg and Goldberg, awful.
Don't
place the blame on Goldberg, man.
Why? Goldberg is trash.
Oh, come on now. All
right, so there's no list. I don't know the order of the matches, but we're just gonna go through these by list of least important to me. And let's start with this match that has no business being on the card. We have Plastic Face herself, Natalya, versus the Beast. But I gotta reiterate this: the SmackDown Women's Champion, who's contracted to Raw, Rhea Ripley. Who you guys got in this?
Well, of course, Rhea Ripley's gonna win. I like Natalya. I don't like what they're doing with her lately. I thought that walk to the ring to try to save somebody getting their ass beat was just an epic fail right there. Oh God. But yeah, this match is like out of nowhere. Nobody asked for it. I don't even know why it's happening. I think there's a probability for a much more intriguing match somewhere else on the roster. Gotta be. But yeah, Ripley's gonna win this, and I hate that. That's what I don't like. I don't like that about wrestling. I don't like going into an event where you see these matches where you're like, oh God, this is just to get us to another point in the calendar year. So they're just doing this just to do it. I mean, it's just trash.
Go ahead, Mike.
He might be on mute.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he's not on mute. He may be talking again and nobody can hear him. This.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Now
oh my goodness.
Oh, I was talking. I thought y'all heard me. I said, you know whose fault it is? Evil McMahon. I don't know what it is. This man is the filler match king. You've got so much talent on the roster, so much. If you wanted to give somebody a little quick thing, you could have picked anybody. Why would you pick the only woman that runs like Matt Hardy? Like, I don't understand.
Piper Niven.
You could have picked, he could have gave Piper Niven could have ran out the ring and been like, I want to see how good you are. You could any little bullshit, you could have gave somebody a chance to do something instead of recycling the same bullshit. This chick been old since I've been old, and I've been old. Stop it. Let her go in the back and become a manager. She's not a fighter anymore. Her face is plastic. Her moves are bro. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So my problem with Natalya is this. I don't think I ever did like Natalya, but I won't say that she's not a good wrestler. She is a good wrestler, but the problem is, just like Mike said, why are you pulling her out of there? Venkat even mentioned it's one of those things like when we were texting back and forth, the match that nobody asked for. You have a roster that has a Piper Niven who barely gets screen time. And I love and here's the thing. I love Piper Niven. Piper Niven has a move set that for a big girl is friggin' amazing. And I think her and Rhea Ripley would have like a match of the year type match if those two could just go in there and do their thing. You got a Zoe Stark on your roster. You got Candice LeRae on your roster. Anybody would have been better than Natalya. It's like the John Cena syndrome. I got a new champion. I want to shine him up. Let's break glass in case of emergency and get Natalya on. And I think is not going to do Rhea Ripley any favors. This Rhea, right. I hope Rhea beats her and beats her fast and just be done with it. And
it's got to be a squash.
I hope that they get Natalya. Natalya needs to be a coach in NXT at this point because like she's not serving anybody any purpose. Her mind right now is better than her presence in the ring, and she comes out looking all plastic and just get off my TV. I'm done with her, man. Like, and then the way they book. And then, like, literally the way they book it. And so on Monday Night Raw, which, okay, so here's the thing, too. Ever since the old man's come back, I've watched wrestling less and less now. So I haven't even been making it through the entire shows. I haven't watched the past two main events on Mondays. I couldn't tell you what happened on them. But I did see.
Yo.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. I just thought of something. Go ahead.
I did see where there was a backstage segment where Rhea called Natalya out, and Natalya literally pulled her famous line, "Bitch." It's like just get off my TV. Just be done. Get off my TV.
You know who they should have gave the shot to? Especially because they had to vacate the title. It should have been Rodriguez.
Yeah, Raquel. Yeah, I think they saving Raquel to actually win the belt. Like
but at least get her name in that. You know what I'm saying?
Because she ran NXT. Like she
yeah,
she
was a bad chick.
Even her. Damn, boy. Let's just go around the board. So even her, they have her dominate NXT on the same station that plays Monday Night Raw. So you mean to tell me we have to watch her on NXT be a dominant ass kicking heel, and then you bring her over to Monday Night Raw and we have to watch her smile and nod and wave and show that she's in peril when we just watched her for like a year on NXT, just being a savage and getting all the fan support.
You mean like Keith Lee?
It kills me. Well, I mean AEW ain't doing him no favor. So
no, I mean when he was on WWE, what happened to him? Same thing.
Yeah, I think Vince McMahon has always been looking for a big black guy, but he wants to build him his way, and he thinks building him is making him comical or putting him in a onesie. Or Keith Lee didn't need to go in the onesie. They didn't need to change his name to Bearcat or any foolishness like that. Keith Lee needed to just do what Keith Lee did in NXT, have kick-ass matches, and be the champion. They shined him up enough at SummerSlam, at Survivor Series with Roman. That was like the best 5 minutes of his career.
I agree.
Man. This all that Venkat hate, boy. That Venkat hate get on me good, man, over here. Because man, I never been this negative to them, man. But it's like nothing they're doing.
It's not negativity. It's reality.
It's the truth.
It's truth. Reality. It's not negative.
As much as I hate to say it, here go another throwaway match, another unnecessary match. Like, why is this happening again? Hold on, because we got to get it right. A SmackDown match for the Raw Women's title. They are still announcing them on TV as the Raw and SmackDown champions. Why don't they just have them switch the belts? Or, in a perfect world, I hope I wake up one day and I hear that they're not called Raw champions anymore. They're not called SmackDown champions. They're just the women's champion. You got a new belt, and that's it. Don't call them anything else, because when they do stupidness like this, it makes it ridiculous. But they have you got a WrestleMania rematch. Look at that. WrestleMania was April. April, May. So you got 1 month. You're already having a WrestleMania rematch.
You guys didn't see the video when they explained why the belts are like that?
No. Why?
Because fuck the audience. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Vince don't care. Vince don't care.
I thought he was gonna say.
I thought he had a real.
McMahon don't give a shit.
I thought he had a real.
No, there is no real reason for that nonsense. You knew that.
Hey, Jermaine, I know you over there listening on Facebook, man. You want to hit the panel? You can just hit that link in the chat. I noticed with these wrestling and NBA videos, you get more viewers on Facebook. I need y'all Facebook viewers to come on over here to YouTube. I'll explain it at a later date, but either way, just glad that you're watching. So this I could kind of get a little bit. It's still unnecessary, and why do you have Bianca even on this card? It's unnecessary.
Neither one of them should be on this card. Asuka need to go sit down.
The SmackDown women roster is depleted. Like the injuries, Dakota Kai is out for a year now. I didn't even see when it happened. She blew her knee out, her ACL.
I know Liv is gone.
Liv is gone with a shoulder injury. So now here you have it. So now you run back to WrestleMania. You run back the WrestleMania match. Okay, you wanted to run a match back. Why couldn't you run back Bianca and Io Sky?
Hello. Why
you got to go back to Asuka? Why couldn't you run back Io Sky? That the fans were clearly behind. Oh, that's why. That's why. Because the fans were clearly behind her. I answered my own question.
Oh, sorry. You mean they're doing a Hollywood Blondes?
Sorry. I answered my own question. Go ahead, Venkat. I answered my own question.
They're doing the Hollywood Blondes. It's getting over too much, so we got to break that up.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. Yeah, this match right here, I'm not as mad as with the previous match that we looked at. I don't know why we're having a rematch. That's kind of weird. Maybe the channel's going to change hands or something.
Man, first of all, stop it.
I mean, why are they having this rematch? I don't know. So maybe they are going to change the title. I don't know.
The problem is you guys still think there's a reason. There is no fuck the fans. That's the reason. They can do what they want and you ain't going nowhere.
Well, that's the fans' issue too, right? Because as we speak right now, they don't even really have matches laid out for SummerSlam, and that damn thing is almost sold out. So
exactly.
this has been happening all year.
WrestleMania is almost sold out. That's a whole
right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like the events are selling out before they even know who the hell's wrestling. So
you guys are cheap WWE whores.
You're letting WWE know, oh, we could just literally just throw anything on the wall and you're gonna go for it.
Matter of fact, I heard me, you, and Trevor fighting in next year's WrestleMania.
I'll take that payday.
Shit, I'll let you win.
Yeah, I'll let you. Venkat already beat me in like 15 seconds. We can run it back.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
Hey,
let me be Bobby Heenan.
I always got to tell that wrestling story. So we used to be backyard wrestlers. Like I said, I know Venkat for a long time. I know Mike longer because I know Mike since elementary school. So Venkat was our champion in the backyard wrestling because he was always bigger than us. Because didn't you wrestle? You were a high school wrestler, right?
Yeah, I was on the wrestling team.
Yeah, so he was always bigger than us. He was our no nonsense champion. So here I am wanting to be garbage wrestler. I want to come in with the steel chairs and the crutches and I used to wear
the Darby Allin of the time, right?
Yeah.
That's why he hates him.
I wanted to wear I wore a long john shirt and some blue jeans because I thought I was Bunkhouse Buck around his mug. So I finally get my title shot. Now you got to understand how this is. We're in Tyrone's backyard in this dusty backyard in this old raggedy wrestling ring, but we going at it. And so me and Fish had a good match. I think me and Fish had a really good match. I wrestled Johnny. Johnny carried me to a decent match. So it lined me up now. Now I get a championship match. So you get me? I'm in the championship match with Venkat. Hey, we trying to do business, brother. We gotta let's work the gimmick. You know what I'm saying? You got a new guy. Don't come and just beat him up real quick. So Venkat was like, all right, well, we knew. The writing was on the wall. Venkat was going to retain his belt. So he told me, he was like, yeah, we're going to tussle a little bit. You can get some offense in. I'm like, all right, well, this is what's up. So we get into the match. This is the funniest shit that I can even remember. This happened like 30 years ago. So probably about 25. So we get into the match. We do a collar and elbow tie up. I'm against a champion now. And at the time, this is in high school. I probably was like 170 in high school. And Venkat was a good 2+, right? You were big boy.
At least 215.
Yeah, 220. He's much bigger than me. So I'm coming in there in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I'm the damn mass transit around this mug. I'm telling New Jack what I'm gonna do.
Mass transit.
I'm coming into the ring and I'm telling Venkat, I'm like, man, I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do this, and he not agreeing, but he's just like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, he's down. So we collar and elbow tie up. He pushes me off of him. We lock back up. I whip him into the rope. I whip him into the turnbuckle. I go for a stinger splash. I hit him with the stinger splash. He's supposed to stumble out of the corner. Venkat goes into business for himself, like he always does.
That's not gonna work for me, brother.
He's a nasty dirty heel. He don't want to work the match that we planned. Well, that I planned. So he comes out and hits me with the stiffest lariat that you could ever hit a man with, folding me up like a cheap suit. 1, 2, 3. Get this ham and egger out of my ring. And that was it.
Wow.
Like, bro, it was the quickest, man. Like my wrestling career began and ended right there. So I was done.
Dude, where the hell was? Oh yeah, y'all was at Dillard.
Yeah, well, we were in Melrose because
Bro, I
Tyrone
lived around the corner from you.
No, we live in Melrose Manor. This was Melrose Park.
Hey, I ain't messing with them circles, bro. Them circles are scary.
Yeah. We used to walk it. We used to walk over there at night. I ain't got a lot of trouble over there at night. But
bro, I used to walk on one street and it changed the you on the same street, the name changed 3 times.
Yeah, because it's a big circle. It's just
a
like
big circle.
It's just one big circle that just runs into each other with all these damn stupid names of these streets.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, he folded me up like a cheap suit, man, and I'm like, damn, I'm looking at him, and he just leave the ring about his business, man. I'm like, damn, and we wasn't even beefing then. I see if this would have happened after we started beefing, then I could have been like, all right, well, he was trying to give me a receipt, but this wasn't even then. We were still strictly real at this time.
Hey, you see that Van Cat picture? He a cold motherfucker.
Hey, we need to see now. I'm going there because this freaking card sucks. We need to go down. We need to do a show. I was thinking about this today. You need to release those Strictly Real tapes. I know you got them.
It's buried in my closet.
We gotta find a way to get those our rap group that we had back in the 90s. We gotta find a way to get that out and do a show
Y'all
on that.
Had a rap group?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, we had that thing going on back then, man.
Bro, I just got a song with my boy. My boy got an album dropping. I'm on his joint right now.
A rap song?
Yeah, I'll let you hear it when we get off. Don't make fun of it.
Yeah, you gotta send me that.
I got a couple. Yeah, I got a couple. I got one on iTunes right now with my boy 6. We'll talk about later.
Yeah, why you not saying nothing?
Because I ain't trying to be no rapper. I just used to be nice.
Nah, man, you gotta give me that so we can play it on the show. Long as he okay it. I don't get hit with no copyright.
Nah. We'll talk about it.
But all right. So we all think Bianca's winning, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to think about. Asuka know who winning.
But here go the funniest thing about this match. So they're in Tennessee, which is Bianca's hometown. They're doing this celebration for her, and Asuka comes to the ring being a bozo, dancing and everything, and she blows the mist. The mist lands like 20. The mist lands about 20 feet from Bianca's face. And Bianca is selling this thing like she just got hit with the H-bomb or something. So to try to salvage it, Asuka goes on Twitter and says that the mist was mixed with cayenne pepper because she realized how everybody was blasting it online about how terrible it was. You see when you have to go, and I appreciate her trying to salvage it because it looked terrible. Bianca, they need to turn her heel and just be done with this nice smiley baby face. I text Venkat. I said Venkat, Bianca Belair is running to the ring for a save wearing her belt. Like, come on, man. And everybody, I love Bianca Belair. Everybody knows that. Like, I hope she be champion forever, but she needs somebody to come in and just run through her, or she needs a character change, man. Like, this is not working anymore. And it's not working. It's not, because I don't believe anybody could beat her that's on the roster. But you know what they're going to do? In case of emergency, break glass. Charlotte Flair. You know it's coming.
Oh, I'm so sick of Charlotte.
You know it's coming.
It's all, bro, Charlotte is the Brock Lesnar of women. They just call, hey, we need you.
Charlotte's awesome.
Oh,
she's awesome, though. She's awesome.
Oh, no, she's fire. But there's only so many. She needs, just like she's sitting down right now, Asuka need to go sit down for a little bit too. Everybody need to get the whack juice on her. You've been around too long. They need to do a flip for her. They need to do a flip for. Well, we'll get to him in a second. But go ahead.
That's why they need a off season.
Yep.
Everybody's going into an off season now. They need to have an off season.
I agree.
Like how and you know, I mean, I'm trying to get an AEW, but how great would it be if AEW ran? So WWE runs 6 months. AEW runs the next 6 months. So now you got 6 months. You got 6 months to focus on this one company, but now you also have 6 months to anticipate the return of the other company with fresh ideas, refreshed wrestlers, ready to run for you for 6 months. Like that would be tremendous.
You know who would never let that happen?
Vince McMahon.
I ain't even gotta say it. Vince ego and the mustache. The ego and the mustache. E&M. E&M, that's the crew.
So I'm a mix it up a little bit because I was going to give you the match that absolutely has no business being on here. But let's go to a match that I think is going to be a low-key banger, but another match that has absolutely no business being on this card. The only reason they're doing it is because this guy has Arabian descent, and that's for the IC title, my boy Gunther against Mustafa Ali. Yeah, Mustafa gonna take this belt.
Yeah, all right.
I try to say that with a straight face.
Come on. They probably gonna take all the belts he brought in his room with him. He's gonna have to walk with. He'll have to find suspenders to get home. He ain't seeing no belts.
Who you got in this, Bankhead?
I want to say Gunther, but maybe they might try to make the crowd happy.
I did hear they were going to take the IC belt off of him. I didn't think it won't be this soon though, but I heard they were thinking about taking it off of him.
So why not appease that market?
Right,
you know, making him win that title.
They want
Mustafa can rub his hands lovingly through his hair.
You want him to book. You want him to just book for the. And you know what? I would agree with you. Had Mustafa Ali won some matches, the man ain't won a match in a year.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you telling me he's going to beat the undefeated Austrian?
Well, John Cena getting a world title shot after losing a U.S. title shot. So I mean, nothing makes sense here. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, even the name of the event don't make sense. I don't like that Night of Champions crap. It's a Clash of the Champions, but whatever.
Yeah, why were you so pissed about the name? I didn't get what you were saying.
It's just annoying to me. Like Night of Champions, that I'm expecting. Okay, you call it Night of Champions. They better have every title on the line because they have so many belts that they can't book a card with every match being every title on the line.
Because Roman gonna have all of them, so it can't be the Clash against himself.
Well, I'm just saying, the Clash of Champions is just iconic. It's been around since what, 88? I mean, we know about it, but it's already a known thing. And it's like, you know, it's just they want to be WCW, but they don't want to be WCW, you know.
I'm shocked at US. I just realized, as you said about the titles, the US title isn't on the line here.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, you have an event called Night of Champions, and the champions aren't there.
I just realized that. Wow. So
all the titles are on 3 people.
Who you got in this one, Mike?
Man, Gunther gonna fold him up like one of them old laundry chairs they get left out in the rain. Mustafa gonna get up and he gonna say something in Arabic and get some cheers, and then they gonna slap him and make his left titty a different color.
Yeah,
they might be trying to do a Rocky Balboa moment on that night with this match.
And you remember what happened to Rocky at the end of part 1, right?
Yeah, but what probably happened in part 2 though?
There
ain't gonna be no part 2.
That would be great if he would have been winning matches. Did you see how he qualified for this match?
No,
yeah, that bullshit.
But,
bullshit battle royal.
Yeah, Bronson Reed had Ricochet up for a slam, and he just drop kicked Bronson Reed off the apron. So it was like he lucked into win. It's like they book these. The one thing WWE does, which is the dumbest thing in the world, they make the champions talk down to the competitor. So if you talk down to me, why would you want to see me win? Like what's the purpose?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, and you know, you should all. One thing about Ric Flair, and I know you don't like him now, but Ric Flair used to talk bad about his opponents, but he never talked down to them. He'd always be like, "This gonna be the hard." He's like, you know, bring your A game. I know I'm in for a fight, but at the end, I'm still gonna win. Perfect.
That cat don't like Ric Flair.
Nah,
no, I don't like him anymore. I think he has a lot of questionable things he's done recently and in the past.
You mean like in his personal life, not as wrestler?
Yeah, mainly, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we fine. I thought we was gonna have to fight. Okay. All right.
Venkat refused to put Ric Flair as number one.
Man, Ric Flair's the top 3 wrestler. You cut that out.
No, he's not. Not with that repetition. Not with that bull crap.
But
I mean, Bret Hart said it right, man.
See why I be telling you so disingenuous?
How?
But you like a Kenny Omega. If I saw one Kenny Omega match, I saw all.
It's not the same. Ric Flair is like ridiculous. The begging, the flipping over the rope, the yelling at the crowd, the same reactions, the same set patterns of movements. It's just annoying.
You mean like every wrestler in the world?
Huh?
Every wrestler does the same thing.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, man, it's not the same. It's different. Okay, so like Kurt, you watch a Kurt Angle match. Yes, you're gonna get an angle slam. Yeah, you got your moves, but the mannerisms, the way he's acting, the begging on his knees. Oh, come on,
every single wrestler.
Oh no, they don't do that. They don't do all that.
The only difference is Ric Flair is the only serious champion that has a comedic side as well. He's just more well-rounded because that Flair flop is the funniest thing still to this day.
He can't make that forearm off the top rope. Everybody just watch him go up.
He's never done it. Has he ever?
I mean, he hit it. He hit it one time in his late run before Shawn Michaels made him retire. He hit it a couple of times. It was funny as hell when he actually hit it because
Ric Flair is hilarious.
But that's a problem. Even Flair said it. Flair said, you know, the reason why I keep doing the same thing over and over is because I'm gonna do it in LA because the person when I go to the next place, Buffalo, they probably didn't see me do it. And then he had that mentality coming out of the 70s doing that, where he just believes that his fans, when they come to see him, they want to see his stick. So that's like fine and dandy, but you're on videotape now. You're on live TV. You can't be doing that crap over and over like that.
Every time you see John Cena, he gonna do that stupid thing. He gonna take his shirt off through the one arm, ripping it up. He gonna hustle it there. He gonna do the same bullshit.
No, it's just it's different with Ric Flair. It's different with Ric Flair.
No, it's not. You just hating.
No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating.
Hey, Trevor, take my picture and move it to the left real quick. I ain't got all this hating. Y'all tripping.
Yeah. Rick, to me, man, Ric Flair. And again, though, because I love the bad guys. So to me, Ric Flair is the ultimate bad guy. And Triple H is right next to him. So
Triple H is trash.
No, Triple H is not trash, but I just hate him.
You know, we've been doing good now. Come on now. You're not gonna sully the name of the game now. You ain't gonna do that.
Overrated.
That's bull crap. That's bull crap.
It's not. You know, I mean, you can't be in the McMahon family and winning. He's winning. He's winning every week.
That made it even harder for him.
No, it did not.
He had to live up to those expectations.
I can't give you that one, Trevor. I can't give you that one. He was getting some cupcake shit when he started hitting 70. He was getting some cupcake stuff. He was getting some, hey, who's champion again? Oh wow, it's Triple H.
And let's not even get into the reign of terror that he had, which he had some of the worst matches and storylines and situations. It just bogged down Raw for like 2 years or so. Oh my God!
I give you that. I see. It's always a little bit of truth in your foolishness.
There's not a little bit of truth in anything. It's only the truth.
I give you that.
I don't know how I'm saying foolishness. All I'm talking about is the real.
Hold on. Hell no. Because he put
there he goes.
He put Batista over 3 times. He put John Cena over.
Okay, so he would
put RVD over, but RVD has extracurricular issues. Goldberg came in with an ego trip. Scott Steiner came in over the hill in terrible shape with his drop what they call it, drop knees, drop leg, or some crap like that.
I'm not giving Triple H credit for putting over Batista, a guy that was an actual member of his group that he pushed for. He pushed for all that time. That's just silly.
Man.
It is. I mean,
So
you have a hard time. You have a hard time coping with the truth.
Hell, he tapped out. He tapped out to Cena. He tapped out to Chris Benoit.
Well, I think Chris Benoit's story was already set, so he had to do that. That was one of those he couldn't get around. They were already trying to get Benoit to be the champion. It was already known that was going to happen. So that was no master plan to. That wasn't brought up by Triple H. That's something he had to take.
Gentlemen, it's 7:30, gentlemen. It's 7:30.
All right. You know, notoriously, these wrestlers, even if they're going to put you over, they're not going to tap to you. Ain't no way in the hell you're going to make them tap. You know that. It's going to be some fluky roll-up pin or something like that. But,
tell that to Kurt Angle.
Well,
Kurt Angle made many taps.
Yeah, we'll have to get back into that because I don't never like how you disrespect Triple H, man. And I think you only do it because you can't get past the fact that he married Stephanie. Like, and you think that his career is based off of that. It's not.
It is. It is. I'm not going around it. I'm not eluding. I'm not doing any subliminals. It's not.
All right. So we got 4 matches left. All right. So this is a match that has no business being on the show.
We're saying that a lot for a lot of these matches, it seems like.
Yeah. So here's
you could have just left me laughing and skipped this match.
Here's the deal with this match. This match is going to happen, but this match shouldn't happen at this show. This match should have been saved for SummerSlam, and they should have had Lita wrestle. I was about to say have Lita wrestle Trish, but that match would have been a disaster. But Trish Stratus is a big enough star, just like when she wrestled Charlotte a few SummerSlams ago. That match ended up being one of the best matches on that card. Hell, that was the debut of the Fiend that night. But that match ended up being one of the best matches on that card. Trish Stratus can still go. She's terrible at promos, or not even that she's terrible at promos. This brand of audience doesn't respect the type of low talking, drawn out promo, because I get what she's trying to do. She's trying to draw on the old days, but Becky Lynch isn't good at promos at all. I don't know what the hell she's doing with these ridiculous glasses and everything. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch like I used to be. I think she's lost something. I think she's lost a lot of steam. She needs to, whatever it is, she needs to find it because she lost it somewhere. I hope
they took off that shirt.
The man shirt?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, she shouldn't have been called a man anyway, but
I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that.
I absolutely hope Trish Stratus beats her, but it ain't gonna happen. I guess by default, I just have to give it to Becky. What I'm hoping is that they do an injury angle and they push the match to SummerSlam. So that's what I'm hoping happens.
You agree,
okay, so I just gotta ask this: what the freak happened to Trish Stratus' face, man? We're talking
Same
about.
That happened to Natalia face.
I mean, she's almost unrecognizable. She's like a little Kim.
Venga, you really want me to say it? Everything
please tell me. Please say it.
Everything that happens to every middle-aged white woman, they go a little knife and they put all these ridiculous fillers in their face, and they try to relive their youth and blah 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 blah.
It's called Botox ain't enough.
Wow, that's pretty sad, man, because that lets you know that there's something inside them that make them feel irrelevant.
Yes, Black women we agree again. Damn, hell, Venkat, you need to come on one of our Man Talk Monday shows with that type of talking point. You be trying to stay over here and be safe on the sports shows. You need to come over here and spew some of that toxicity.
Oh, that reminds me.
Nothing toxic here.
When you guys
talking
said
to Will.
R.I.P. to superstar to the superstar, did y'all say it to the person who died today?
Oh,
yeah, Tina Turner. Oh,
yeah. I was gonna say that before we ended. Yeah.
When I was talking about how some women don't crack, black women don't crack, Miss Tina Turner.
Yeah.
R.I.P. You took an ass whooping and you took an ass whooping from a dude, then you took his name and you made yourself bigger than his ass.
And outlived it. And
outlived that bastard. You was a raw ass female and your legs were still fire. We had 20-year-olds looking at your legs like some little creeps. Respect to you, madam. I wish you rest in peace.
Yep.
Yeah. Just an icon, man. Every yeah. I ain't even gonna. I'm not even gonna say nothing crazy. Just an icon. Like she's an icon. Hey, Mike, I got another story come Man Talk Monday too about kind of where we were Monday. Yeah, we going. Yeah, Venkat, I know you'd be working, but if you could come on.
Man Talk Mondays. Yeah, I got to make an intro for that show because that show is great.
Yeah, we be on one on that one, man. So it's crazy, man. Before we, because I'm gonna forget. I know I'm gonna forget. Next Wednesday is my daughter's I keep saying recital. Her talent show. So we're gonna have to do the show either Tuesday or we're gonna have to pick another day to do the show. Thursday, Friday, like we're gonna have to do it some other day. It can't be Wednesday.
Well, I'm off on Friday this week.
My daughter's with her mom next week, so it don't know. It is what it is.
All right, so I'll push it. I'll push it to Friday because we I was wondering when I saw the date. I'm like, damn, it looked familiar. But
is next week or this week?
Next week. Well,
I know. I'm talking about this week. I'm off.
Oh, you off this? Well, but the show not till Saturday.
Yeah, I know. My schedule is so frigged up, man. It's just
because here the thing is, you always seem to be available on Tuesday when we got to do the basketball shows. So
Tuesday. Yeah, I could do Tuesday, but aren't we doing a basketball show on Tuesday?
What?
The final? The finals start.
The finals will start to the first.
Right. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that's good. So let's do it Tuesday.
Do it Tuesday. All right.
Yeah.
This Becky and Trish. So
man, we don't want to talk about that. Speed on to the next one. Don't nobody want to watch that match.
Here's another issue that I have on this show. You have three women's matches, and again, because people will hear me talk and they'll be like, "Oh, you don't like the way?" That's ridiculous. Bianca Belair is one of my favorite wrestlers. And I love Charlotte Flair, but all these women matches have no place on this show. You know why they're doing it, right? They're doing it because the Saudis just got their permission to drive and all that, so now they're going with the whole women empowerment stuff. It's always just a bunch of stuff to just play into whatever is popular at the time, like the politics. Look at us, we're WWE. We're bringing you 3 women's matches on a 7-match card. The
new revealing burkas with the slit.
Yeah, they can't show themselves. They got to cover themselves up. But we're going to bring you our women, and we're going to put them in 3 matches. See, you're going to get Trish Stratus, and you're going to get Becky Lynch, and you're going to get 2 championship matches. That's all it is. It's all politics. That's all it is.
Yep.
So Stephanie McMahon, well, she's not with the company anymore, but so she could come on the TV and be like, see, those little girls over there now have someone to look up to.
Now they gonna send the mustache out to do
it. Yeah. So to hell with that match. All right, now let's get into the nitty gritty. What do I want to? Which one y'all want to talk about? We got 3 matches. We got the tag title match. Let's talk about
Save the tag title for last.
Yeah, let's talk about Brock Lesnar versus Constellation Cody.
Oh God!
So, no, you know why I call him? I do.
Lex Luger.
Cody Luger. Yeah, Cody Luger. So
yeah.
And Venkat, okay, admit it now. Don't give me your bull crap. Admit it now. Wouldn't it?
Should have won the title.
Regardless of what you say, tonight, Saturday is going to be Night of Champions. Wouldn't it have been better had Cody been the champion going into this event?
Well, I don't think. Okay, so it would be nice to have had the world title be defended.
The
but
world
that's
champion
not.
is on the show though.
I know, but he's doing the tag title stuff.
Exactly.
But still, I get what you're saying. If Roman would be without that belt, Cody would be defending it, and then Roman would still have the tag team title shot. And that sounds all right, but I still think it's the right move not having Cody win for the obvious reasons that I stated. But I think having Roman hit the 1,000 days, I think having Roman continue to carry the belt, the moment that it comes that he's going to lose that belt, that's going to be one of the biggest moments in all of wrestling, probably this decade, not the year, the decade. Whenever that time comes when he's defeated, that's going to be so many eyes are going to be on that, because you had that moment at WrestleMania where everybody was disappointed and they thought full-heartedly that Cody was going to win it, and he denied him. And he's had this title now over 3 years. So I think having him carry it is great. Now, I hope that they don't have him go all the way to the next WrestleMania with it. I would love to see him drop it between now and maybe Thanksgiving, around that time period. So some way, somehow, I hope he has a match and he loses it, and it's a big moment. But I don't think we need to have that at WrestleMania. I think it's too cliche.
Trevor,
go ahead,
because
I'm about to. I'm like legit about to just. What's up, Bones?
Yo, what's up?
What up, though?
Yeah, Venkat. All right, and I mean, it's no secret. Everybody know I love Venkat like a brother. So this is all with all love and admiration. The lineage is with the Universal title.
I get that.
Why does he have to hold the WWE title hostage?
Right. But like the way they playing it now, it's if he loses, he's going to lose both titles, correct?
I don't know. They haven't explained it to us. We don't know.
Now, back in the remember earlier this year when we were doing the Royal Rumble pre-show, we were talking about these titles. I told you I read an article where they said that Triple H was proposing that if Roman loses, he's going to lose one belt. But I haven't heard anything since that report that's going to happen. But so I am just taking it as if he loses, they both go. I think you don't even need him to lose anything. You could just say right now, boom, break the titles. You can do that.
Well, they really can't do that right now. So you remember going into WrestleMania, the last image going into WrestleMania on SmackDown was Paul Heyman standing in the corner with the Universal title in his hand, and Roman held the WWE title up. That made everybody think that they were going to somehow pull some announcement and say that, hey, only the WWE title is on the line at WrestleMania, because the lineage, the 3 years, is in the Universal title. That's what I'm like. That's the problem. He's only been WWE champion for about 400 days.
Right. And what would be cool is if he would have had to defend one title on night 1 of WrestleMania and then the second title on night 2 of WrestleMania. That would have been really the best case scenario. That would have been exciting.
What would have been cool is if he had Cody in like a submission move, and then Cody rolled up on him like he did on Brock, and then he got the 1, 2, 3 right when Cody tapped out, and then they split the titles. Cody gets his title, Roman keeps his title, and we can move on with the freaking storyline.
No. Well, okay, so which belt would be the higher belt then?
He keeps his 1008 belt, Cody gets his Winged Angel belt.
Yeah, but they don't treat the WWE title as the higher belt though.
They're ridiculous.
Whatever it was is whatever title was on Raw was the higher belt, because Vince's baby is still Monday Night Raw no matter what.
But the default, so the WWE belt is like what, 50 years old?
60 years old. That's where the lineage is.
Exactly. The Universal title was made last weekend? Come on.
I think I made it when I was trying to make some arroz con pollo, and I mistakenly made the belt.
That would almost be like them saying, all right, you got the NWA title, and he just got the WCW World Title. I'm not talking about the big gold. I'm talking about
the Sting
the
title.
the Ron Simmons belt. That's what I like to call it, the Ron Simmons belt. And then they're going to say, "Oh no, the NWA title is secondary on the show." Like what?
Which is not true at all.
Like what? Like what? Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's
Like,
ridiculous.
The NWA title is the most prestigious belt in wrestling. It's the oldest.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, so you can't have your WWE title and the WWE title has. I don't know. I don't even want to. I don't want to get into this again. I think Brock Lesnar is going to win only because what they're doing, the angle that they did on Monday, where Brock, I'm assuming, broke Cody's hand.
Yeah,
so they haven't called the match off or nothing. So Cody's going to go in like a wounded animal.
I don't think Brock can't win. If Brock wins, I don't understand why we're cheering for Cody.
I think exactly. Cody's going to win the match, and it's going to be like, oh my goodness, he pulled another one out.
Yeah, if Brock wins, I'm done, and I've been done, but I'm extra done.
They basically built in an excuse already at Monday Night Raw, supposedly with a broken arm or whatever, which was lame in itself. So I think that Brock gonna win this one, and then they're gonna have a rematch at SummerSlam, another rematch.
Bro, I'm so tired of Kim. Oh God, can we just put the title? Yo, can we just put the title on Cody and call it a day?
Bro, I don't. You know why? If the belt was on Cody, then you have Cody versus Brock for the title. Would have made this mean so much more. That's what I'm saying. I get it. Okay, Venkat, you were right. Cody Rhodes needed some adversity. Blah 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 blah. Now, behind door number one, you get to get your ass kicked by Brock Lesnar for 3 months. Whoop-de-doo. Who they gonna let him fight next? They gonna start putting him in 3-on-1 handicap matches? The fact is, you got a champion who calls himself the undisputed champion, who's not defending his belt on the card. He's going for the tag team championships. And by the way, they're going to crown a new world champion for the same night.
Which Roman's going to win that in the same night, too. He's going to win the tag team titles, and he's going to beat the World Heavyweight Champion.
The offices of E&M, Eagle on Mustache strikes again.
When they do their promos, they specifically say that, Night of Champions is all the champions are on the line, all the belts are on the line, but the U.S. belt not on the line, and Roman not defending his belt, so it really don't make no sense.
Everything they say don't make sense. Like,
and
it's so
tag belts ain't on the line.
That's
the women's tag belt's not on the line because they had to vacate them, which I didn't even know.
They could have took that bottom match off and put a tag match on.
They should have did a tournament.
They should also have the NXT titles on the line. The NXT.
You just robbed
now
me.
Now you talking, Van Cat.
You just robbed me of it because I was fixing my mouth to say, here's a novel idea. Why not have the NXT champions be your default tag team champions? Like UFC does the interim shows. Speaking of UFC, nice segue. If y'all didn't check out Straight Talk MMA this past Sunday, we reviewed Dan Henderson versus Mauricio Shogun Hua in one of the greatest fights I ever seen in my life. I watched it twice. We had a tremendous time reviewing that fight. So we got another show coming up soon where we're gonna review a women's fight. I can't pronounce her name, so Bones on the show now. You tell us what it is.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Wei Leon.
All right, yeah, what he just said.
Have y'all done the first Bones and the Swedish dude fight?
Oh, versus Gustafsson? No, we ain't do that.
Call me when that happens. That was the fight.
Yeah, that's a banger too.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a really good one. So Venkat, who you got winning this one?
I'm going with Cody. I think Cody's going to win this match. I think with all the adversity he's going through, he almost has to win this match just to keep his profile up.
So you starting to sound like you got sense. Keep me over there with Van Cat.
Now we're moving back up.
I'm about to move myself down. Y'all getting on my nerves saying this foolishness.
Who you got in this one, Mike?
Man, it better be, bro. I promise you, if Cody loses this, he's gonna be under Sammy as the biggest babyface because Sammy's not. Well, sorry, but I don't see it, bro. It don't make no sense. It's like it's like E&M is trying to humble Cody before they got to put the belt on him. They gonna put. I promise, if he loses this match, they're gonna put the belt on him in the most bitch-made way possible. I promise you. That's the play. The play is to embarrass, to let him know who's in charge. Mustache runs this, not you. You'll see.
Yeah, because I mean, God forbid you want to make money with the guy while he's still hot, but you know, Bones, who you got in this one?
Brock Lesnar gonna smash him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Shit.
I'm thinking
Brock gonna smash him, and this is what the Saudis want. The Saudis, they love Brock. You feel me? Even this is gonna send the Saudi people happy. You know, send them home happy. Brock gonna smash him, and then Cody gonna fight him again at SummerSlam, and Cody gonna win that one. You know, same thing, whatever, same old match. We're gonna see it 3 times.
just terrible. Just
bro,
terrible.
listen how sad four wrestling fans sound, bro.
Terrible.
That's WWE.
Yeah, I am sad because WWE is so repetitive. I call it Monday Night Monkey's Paw because every Monday,
facts.
Same match all the time. Man, I got a question. Why is Shotzi Blackheart, a SmackDown superstar, coming on Raw to save Raquel Gonzalez and be her partner?
Because she's the new Liv Morgan. They just basically saying we could plug any girl in.
Well, why not say that though? I mean, I don't. You know, this whole draft it was pointless basically.
I would have put Tegan Knox in there personally. Because Shotzi is a Darby Allin of women, like just a garbage crash course wrestler.
Stop it, Trevor.
Hey, Trevor, you can't put her in the Darby Allin. Don't even put her in the same sentence as Darby Allin.
Good Lord.
Darby Allin is the man.
What is wrong with y'all?
He's pretty good.
I think Bones like Darby Allin.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But y'all leave Shotzi alone, bro. I promise. If somebody with sense,
sucks, bro. Like seriously.
Listen,
I like Shotzi, man. She ain't great.
Hey,
she should be in the tags, but
I seen Shotzi come up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she just all that. She hasn't progressed basically.
Because the WWE doesn't let anybody progress.
Nah, they gave her plenty of shine in NXT. She is reckless.
Yeah, in NXT and WWE, nobody shines. They got their same 6, and that's it.
Yep.
That's Thunder.
I think Vince injured Randy Orton when he was asleep, just so he couldn't come back. I can't stand Vince. God, I hate Vince. Yo, I can't stand Vince McMahon.
So you guys want to do the tag match last? So all right, let's look at this one. Look at his hair. So for the consolation,
he look like a hobo.
So for the consolation belt, which okay, and when I say consolation belt, there's no disrespect to the wrestlers. It's not their fault that their company allows their champion not to defend their belt. So, but you got Seth Rollins, who's been basically the MVP of the WWE for a while now, versus AJ Styles, and
who's just coming back from injury.
Yeah, who's just coming back from injury, and is a SmackDown wrestler. So, I told you, Venkat, that I got a booking idea. Okay. All right. So normally I would have been Seth Rollins all the way. Like, this is Seth's belt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the more I thought about it, if Seth Rollins wins this belt, then they may be tempted to put Cody Rhodes in a feud with Seth Rollins again, so Cody could get a championship. Cody Rhodes doesn't need to win the world title before he wins the WWE title. So here's what I think is going to happen. Triple H said that with the draft, there's going to be trades. He said that people could move around. It's stupid because the draft just went through, but that's what he said. So, the club, AJ Styles, Gallows and Anderson, and Mia, I'm talking about Mia X, What's her name? Mi Chen. What's her name? Mi Chen.
Mia Kim.
Yeah, Kim. They were
OC.
they were
Close.
all drafted together as a group. I think because we're always trying to figure out Cody has to beat Roman. He has to. But at the way it's constructed right now, the only way for Cody to get a shot at Roman would be by winning Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes doesn't need Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank needs to go to LA Knight. So in order to make this make any type of sense, AJ Styles has to beat Seth Rollins for the belt. And then what that's going to do is because Triple H said that the winner of the title is now on Raw. So it's going to force a trade. So now you're going to have your new world champion, who's the Raw champion, is now going to be moved over to Monday Night Raw, and they're going to basically do a trade for Cody Rhodes. So I think that's how you're going to get Cody. I think that's how you're going to get Cody to hold on. I think that's how you're going to get Cody to SmackDown so he could eventually feud with Roman Reigns. That makes a whole lot of sense. So I know it ain't going to happen, but
I think
that's a good damn thing.
The second you said the word sense more than 2 times, you should have known it's impossible for it to happen. It'll never occur. Anything that makes sense is not going to happen. What's going to happen is Kurt Angle going to put his car on a kickstand, and then people going to fall into the washing machine, and Roman going to win the title again. That's what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it ain't going to make sense. It's going to happen. Welcome to WWE.
Who y'all got winning? I got AJ Styles winning this, and then being traded to Raw and all that nonsense.
Well, I would like to see AJ win it because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But I also would like to see Seth Rollins win it because I think he's been on a hot streak. And but I know he also has like a movie role coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
So that may have to take away from his wrestling. So that might be the giveaway right there that he's going to lose.
But wouldn't you rather see like Seth chase for the belt?
I mean, Seth Rollins had these belts already. He had belts in his career, so he doesn't have a lifelong dream to accomplish. But what he doesn't have is a burgeoning career in acting. So I think if I'm Seth Rollins, I'm going to be like The Rock. Instead of taking bumps, I'm going to take these checks and be in movies so I can look good but not feel bad.
You're going to take them cocaine bumps and get right on set.
Yeah, so it looked like Seth Rollins going to lose just because of that thing. Unless he's so amazing, he could just juggle doing the acting and being this champion that they're going to crown. The way Triple H make it sound is like this is going to be like the Ric Flair of the modern era, where he's going to be going all over the world and defending this title. That's what it sounds like. That's the only way this title could be legitimate. The title is like out of a Cracker Jack box, really. It just sprung up out of nowhere.
All over the world, or what you think he's gonna go to other promotions?
I don't know if it's other promotions, but they're gonna be all over the world with that belt. I hope that they would face other people. I mean, it would be amazing if they would have grabbed some Japanese wrestlers and put them in the tournament just to give it some legitimacy, to see people outside of WWE just wrestling WWE wrestlers. That would have elevated the belt a little bit. But
you mean the tournament? You mean the tournament that had 4 triple threat matches?
Yeah, I mean that was a letdown. But the whole night should have been a Starrcade '89 Future Shock Iron Man tournament. That's what it should have been, in my estimation. I thought that would have been a lot more exciting than what we're getting this coming Saturday. Imagine having a tournament where how you win matters, where if it's a count out, if it's a disqualification, if it's a pin or a submission, you get a certain amount of points, and those points accumulate at the end of the night, and that decides your champion. That would have been exciting as hell, and we could have had so many dream matches with so many matchups that we probably didn't have before would have occurred, but whatever.
Now the match is going to be good. Now I'm not going to say the match is not going to be good, but
yeah, this match will be good. But we can't say the same for the rest of the card.
Yeah,
there's probably 2 matches the whole night that are going to be good.
So, Mike, who you got winning this one?
Man, sadly,
He's talking to you.
I wanted to be AJ because I think Seth run. Don't let this be your legacy, bro. Like, you're better than this. I'm sorry. I want AJ to win. I think Seth. You know how I feel about Seth Ziggler. I think Seth Ziggler is he should be who Cody is feuding with when he wins the title. He shouldn't be held down by this like Rinky Dink Whopper Jr. belt. So that's what I'm going for, AJ.
So you want AJ to be held down with it?
Yes, because AJ gonna retire in 2 years anyway. Yes.
I think the belt could become something. The way they introduced it is terrible, but I think the belt itself could become something. Bones, who you got winning this one?
Hey Trevor, man, you sound so hopeful, man. What you said?
Yo, he's ready to be let down. Like, this is the problem with WWE fans.
Again, just break your heart, man. But what you said made too much sense and it was too logical.
Facts.
So WWE is gonna go with the obvious choice. I think they're finna pick get Seth the belt. And as far as the movie thing, apparently his role isn't that big. It's only gonna take 2 weeks for him to do what he got to do. So it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So I think they're gonna put the belt on him and let him run with it.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
You don't think he might have? You don't think he'll have like other roles coming up behind it?
Nah, not right now.
Man, you acting like Seth is a star.
He's not.
He is
He's a star in wrestling, not in Hollywood.
And
he has enough charisma to be able to do this, man. You can see it.
So do I. That don't mean I'm being a movie tomorrow.
Not for nothing. If Roman Reigns didn't get a call back after being in Hobbs and Shaw, then
facts.
I mean, yeah.
That's a shameless plug. His cousin or whatever the hell The Rock is to him is in a movie, and then he shows up in it. That don't count.
Hey,
that's how it works.
Hey.
That's nepotism.
Hey, nepotism at its finest.
There's nothing fine about nepotism. Nepotism equals mediocrity.
So
hey, I'll take a mediocre check.
So, Bones,
shameless.
You just think it's going to be Seth just straight up?
Yeah, I think they're going to do the obvious thing. It's going to be basic, and the match's going to be good, but they ain't going to put much thought into it.
Of course, them two always gonna have some great matches, but there's no thought in the belt. Yeah. There's no thought in this belt, the lineage of the belt. There's no thought in the future of the belt. There's no thought in the matches.
As you bring up lineage, I heard I read a story. I forget where I read it, but they're gonna tie this to the lineage of the 2002 pull the belt out of the briefcase world title that Triple H had.
2002 World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, the World Heavyweight title. So this is going to be tied. This is going to be tied to that lineage.
That was from 06.
That was 06. Yeah, that was 06.
No, it wasn't because Triple H had it in 2003, I believe, right?
Didn't it was 2002. Yeah, it was 2002.
That's what I'm saying.
Jericho and Triple H at WrestleMania at one point. Didn't he have the belt at that time?
Yeah, WrestleMania 18.
The big goal.
Yeah, both of them.
He had the big goal with him that time, and when he was going up against Booker T, he had the big goal. That was 2003, right?
Yeah, that's when the lineage from 2002 and it ends in 2006 apparently, and then they finished.
It ended in 06.
That's what I read apparently.
Nah, the world title lineage was going on because
it went on longer. Because remember, Mark Henry had that belt too.
Yeah,
he had the big goal.
Randy Orton lost to Mark Henry for that belt.
Yeah, I think they stopped using the big goal probably like maybe 5 years ago, maybe.
Edge and Christian were because 2013 they retired in 2013 because that's when John Cena and Randy Orton. Remember when they put both belts on the hook and then they raised them over the ring and the fans were going crazy for Daniel Bryan and they were trying to keep them quiet. That's when that died, 2013.
Yeah, that title is pretty much the WCW title, the NWA title. That's pretty much what they should tie that belt to, 1905.
No, they ain't gonna put that belt. Not when you have an
Now it's gonna be more valuable than the WWF title.
you have an NWF, but I think it is gonna be better than the WWF title just because the guys that's gonna win it's gonna actually wrestle for it.
Yeah.
Versus the champion that's just gonna hold it for 3 years and not do anything with it.
Yeah, but they're saying this now, Trevor. You fast forward 4 years from now, and this belt becomes some kind of clown title when celebrities start winning it. Snoop Dogg just won the title.
24/7, the new 24/7
Yeah,
belt.
exactly. You know how they can't handle it. They cannot contain themselves. They'll do some weird zany ass crap just
The
for a
hardcore
momentary
world championship belt.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Yeah, I missed the hardcore belt.
Yeah, the hardcore
back in the day.
Oh, Bob, Hardcore Holly and
Yeah,
Crash.
with Crash Holly.
Yeah.
So there's been and people just be leaking stuff just to try to get a rise out of people, but there's been leaks of the new WWE title. So like Roman Reigns' title, they're gonna combine it into one, which they should, but I don't know how true that is. Because you can't in reality have 3 belts and call them your world title. You can't. You got one called the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, and then you got the World Heavyweight Champion. What's the difference? Like,
well, then that'll fix the problem that you're talking about, Trevor. As far as Roman Reigns' reign goes back to the Universal title. Well, if you merge both titles, now it's legit.
I say they retire the Universal title.
Yes,
that's essentially what would happen. Yeah, that's what would happen.
Yeah, I say nobody could ever beat his reign. There you go.
Yeah, that's the only way you can fix this problem.
So I got AJ just because I think it'll make for more interesting TV if Roman to me Cody has to be the one to beat Roman. I heard the rumors of who it is. Some people are saying it's Drew because Drew re-signed, but they're just keeping it under the hush, and he's getting like a monster push coming up soon. They're just waiting to re-debut him. But and Drew got a bad deal in the COVID year, so he deserves a new. But the world title will be perfect for him, like to literally feud with AJ or something, turn heel, feud with AJ, and be the world champion in front of fans. That's a good enough consolation prize for him.
Heel Drew McIntyre is the best Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I mean, he was cool when he was a face and he was eliminating Brock, but he loses something as a face. All right, so what match? This is not going to close the show. This should close the show, but it's not going to close the show, is it?
It's going to close the show. It's going to close it. It's got to.
I don't think so.
Just because your world champion is involved in it, it's for a tag team title.
Listen,
everything Bloodline is closing the show.
Yeah, they're already devaluing the title by not putting it in the main event.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
They're prioritizing Roman more than this, so that they're telling you how important the title is to you.
Stop talking sense. We already discussed that.
All right, so in the main event of the night, let's see if we can make sense of this foolishness. So you got four men, six belts. So your tag team, so your tag team champions, Sammy KO versus Solo Sikoa, and your heavyweight undisputed universal champion, who's not defending his title against anybody in the Night of Champions. Instead, he's going for another set of titles. So I honestly think
that would be great.
I was just kidding. I think Roman and Solo are going to win this.
Yep. I want it to happen.
I could hear the conniption as it happens in Trevor's chest. I want that to happen.
I want it to happen so I can see Roman Reigns come to TV, going down the ring with the two or three titles around his waist and the other two in his arms. I just want to see that image of all those belts on him.
And we got to decide what's going to be the titty belt. who's going to get a titty belt?
Roman Reigns is leaving this Saturday with 4.
They should do it, man. It's never happened before like this. They
Oh
need to
my
do this,
God.
man. It needs to
Nah.
happen.
And
you
if
know
they
what?
do this, the bloodline
Roman-
gotta die because I'm not sitting around while this man holding my belts.
It's got to happen because then at a certain point, everybody's going to be panicking. And then whoever they, whether it's Drew or somebody else, whoever they fix to come and get this guy, it'll be a big ass moment because he has a stranglehold on wrestling right now. And nobody's up. Not the Horseman hasn't done this. NWO didn't never do this. It's like ridiculous. Like it should happen. It should happen because it's never been done before.
Just for the carnage, I'm down.
I think like I mean I'm sitting here laughing because this is all I'm laughing to keep from crying almost.
You crying inside, I hear it.
This I really believe that they're gonna have KO, Solo and Roman win the belts, and it's gonna be because the Usos are gonna do something stupid if they're allowed in the country. Because I don't know.
Allowed?
Well, because certain countries you can't get into if you have like DUIs and stuff. Like Canada, one of the Usos can't get into Canada. Speaking of getting into the country, like what happened? How Sammy's now all of a sudden allowed to come in? Because remember, he's never been to a Saudi Arabia show.
Because apparently, about 2 months ago, Syria and Saudi Arabia reached some kind of governmental agreement or something like that. I don't know, but they squashed it.
Bet money the mustache was in that meeting.
Wouldn't it have been better? So wouldn't it have been better though to use the Sammy? Well, he can get in now, but had he not been able to get in, do some type of injury angle and have KO have to
defend 1-on-2.
No, he defend the title, but he had to pick a mystery opponent, and Jey Uso is the guy he picks.
That'd be
good too. That would have been some drama for your ass. Like that would have been, man. Now you got some real heat because to see Jey having to hit his brother first of all, and then him not wanting to hit Roman. Like, what would he do in the whole match?
Yeah.
If Roman and Solo win, the only way it makes sense is if they defend the titles against the Usos at SummerSlam.
But then now you have your champion not defending this belt at SummerSlam again. You see the ridiculousness of this?
Yep. But for that reason though, honestly, I don't think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna keep the belts on Sammy and KO.
When do we get rid of all these carrying around all these damn belts, man?
That's what I'm saying. Belts, man. Just combine the tag team belts.
Because they go on Raw and SmackDown, so it's not like. And if they lose a belt, it's not like so if they lose to these guys who are SmackDown guys, do they keep the Raw belts? Like, how does that work? Nobody's explaining this stuff.
No, not at all.
Because they haven't figured it out themselves, sir. Vince hasn't told them yet.
I just got to comment on this. The Night of Champions logo is like the lamest logo of all time. and what they did to SummerSlam is an atrocity. That logo has been destroyed. SummerSlam has one of the best logos, the traditional regular SummerSlam logos. It's one of the best ones, like WrestleMania, classic WrestleMania logo. And they do this Night of Champions. It's like they just didn't care. They just put anything on the screen.
Now you're getting it. They just see when you keep trying to find logic, that's what the problem is. Come to my side, suspend belief. Somehow AJ Styles is gonna win the tag team titles that night. We never know.
So I mean, we all joking around. We don't really believe they're gonna let Roman walk out of there with that.
I 100% believe
you really don't know.
I really 100% believe this, and I think they need to do it. I want to see it.
Man,
I really want to see it. That's like the one redeeming thing about this pay-per-view is I want to see him win those belts. And then I want to see him come on Raw or SmackDown, wherever he goes, and I want to see him walk down the aisle with those titles.
And see, the thing is, if you win those belts, it's going to stagnate the tag team division because he's not going to defend them. So
what tag team division?
What tag team division?
There is no tag team division. It's just the Usos winning the title and then beating up people, beating up Randy. What was beating up Randy and what's his name until Randy got hurt, and then fighting with, run around doing whatever Roman says. There wasn't no tag team division.
Hey, what if the Usos challenge Roman and them for that belt, because they kind of have like a little bit of friction going on right now? So he could cut a promo saying, "Look, I did what you guys couldn't do at WrestleMania."
That's the only way it would make sense, though.
He was pushing pushing them in the face.
That's the only way it would make sense, is if the Usos are the ones that. But then what? Now you just killed all that months and months and months of build for Sammy and KO.
They've been killed them niggas
with a whole shotgun to the face up close.
Them niggas died a long time ago.
You gotta.
So might as well put them out that misery. Do an old yeller, put them around the barn, and just go ahead and get the shotgun.
You gotta have that as a drop, man.
Poor guys.
Oh shit. I'm not. The build for this show has been terrible. Like I say, some matches may be good, but I'm only interested in AJ and Rollins, and then this tag match just to see what they're gonna do. Like, what that moment is gonna be like when Roman wins those belts. Like, and knowing him, he'll probably hold Solo's belt too.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. So he's gonna have 6 titles.
And he gonna find some way to work. Yeah, so this match can't main event, because the main event has to be the world title, because Roman's gonna have to find some way to work himself in that match at the end. Vince gonna come out and be like, "Hold up, this night is not over."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, AJ Styles all beaten up in the ring, and then Roman comes out and spears him.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter says that there's no way Roman Reigns, huh?
Does not get that belt because he has 2 belts that he does not take care of, and he's gonna have Solo take care of all his belts because he doesn't do any of the work.
I don't think they can hear you, but you sounded good.
Can I say that?
Hold on.
Solo doesn't. Roman Reigns doesn't. So Roman Reigns has 2 belts, but he doesn't take care of any of them. And if he has 2 other belts, he's gonna make Solo take care of all the other belts that he has, and he's the champion, so he doesn't take care of any of his belts.
Man, I don't. Man, this company was so good a couple of months ago, man.
Until Vince took over.
How could you knowingly know that you're ruining something and just take so much pleasure in it, man? Damn.
So one of the things that WWE had going for itself right now is I think the Peacock deal really helped to get their product in TVs more widely, and it's nice to be able to access those pay-per-views without having to pay $80 each pay-per-view that they have, so they're more readily accessible. With AEW and their pay-per-views, like, where the hell is AEW? Like, how do you get their pay-per-views? And do you have to pay per pay-per-view, or is it like some sort of bundle deal or something?
Honestly, I stream mine, so I don't know. But basically, I think it's a bundle deal through Bleacher Report and Fight TV, if I'm not mistaken.
So do they have like a Roku app, or is it some simplified? Like, I think wrestling needs to be on Netflix. I think somebody needs to bring an organization to Netflix or I don't know, Amazon Prime. They need to think like that. Like, accessible platforms that people are already going to, just throw a wrestling show on there and just have it emanate live, so that you could just have live, like the NBA. We're just watching live. We're just watching live games, and there's no big paywall behind it. You just easily could just see it.
I agree.
I heard AEW is going to like HBO Max.
See, like, that would be huge. That would be huge for both HBO Max and AEW.
Yeah, they're trying to broker a deal for HBO Max, and that'd be real big for them too.
Yeah, because the same kind of, like, I mean, come on, let's be real. WWE is like dragging their foot at times, but still, the element of the live premium event coming on, even though you're like down on it going into it, you still feel like, okay, you may still see something good, and the event comes on, so you're excited to watch it and see how it unfolds. But AEW doesn't have that same platform or arena. They don't have that ability to have people tune in like that. And I would love to see AEW get that same equal footing.
Right, because if they miss AEW on Wednesday night, they don't have the ability to tune in and watch it later. You know,
Right? Yeah, yeah. It's frustrating, you know. Like, and when they post stuff on YouTube, you don't get the whole match. They just cut it.
Exactly.
I hate that part too. So, because I don't have cable, so I'm just catching things on YouTube or other ways. But it just sucks because AEW makes it difficult for me to even like follow. I would have loved to have seen that Iron Man match. I really wanted to see it in its entirety. I only got to see highlights.
Yeah, that's a classic. That was one of the best Iron Man matches I've seen.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully, AEW.
Which Iron Man match?
Between MJF and Daniel Bryan.
All right, I'll see if I can find it for you, bro.
No,
not you. I'm talking about Van Cat. I know you saw it.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great, man. Because I want to see the whole thing from start to finish.
Yeah,
I have a link, but I'm not gonna say it online.
Yeah, don't do that. So, fellas, give your because I see they're starting the debate now. They're actually doing it. They're actually live now. So give your final thoughts on this show, and remember, we're gonna do it next Tuesday versus next Wednesday because my daughter's having her talent show that night. So let's go around the board and give your final thoughts on this show, what you're looking forward to, and what do you think is gonna happen.
Well, if I had to say what I think is going to happen, going into the show, like you said, there's a poor build here, so expectations are kind of low. This is slated to be probably the lowest rated pay-per-view, premium event that they've had for the year. This is going to be behind Elimination Chamber and maybe Night 2 of WrestleMania. But even with that being said, there's still a possibility that some major things can happen. So until the event is done, because Backlash seemed like it would be just okay at best, and it became like really damn good. So that is something I'm holding out for. So we just have to wait and see what happens there. But it is by far going to be the least anticipated and probably the least performing, I think, of all the events of the year.
Hey, we all know I'm a fatalist, so it's gonna be mid. In the words of MJF, it's gonna be mid, probably mid. The only highlight is gonna be the AJ and freaking match. They're gonna do something to mess up. They're gonna do something to mess up the tag match. As long as they don't ruin Solo, I really don't care. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Stop.
Bones,
what you got, Bones? This little girl is lightning freaking her out now.
Yeah, it's lightning bad over here. But yeah, honestly, this card is gonna be not great. I don't think nothing too major, nothing like too exciting. Looking forward to the AJ and Rollins match because I know it's gonna be a good match, but I don't think like a big storyline is gonna come out of it. I'm more excited for another pay-per-view this weekend. That's all I got.
Well, the build has been absolute dog crap. I'm not looking forward to it based on the build, but the wrestlers are going to go in and do their thing. Saudi Arabia normally has a really good crowd, like they're energetic, so they cheer for anything. So it's probably going to make the show a lot better. So so hopefully, hopefully that'll work. But I'm just, yeah, I'm not excited about it. It's mad. I said it jokingly, but I think Roman is going to walk out with all the belts, like, and I mean the world title too. They're going to find a way, because if you were going to do it anywhere, you do it over there, and then you explain it when you come back here. Like it's just that'll literally make the internet lose their complete mind. So that's
That'd be
all
hilarious. That'd be hilarious if he came back with 5 belts. I would die.
like that's like legit. Just that's it. That's all I got with that. I mean, they got to do better, man. Because if you listen to this show versus our WrestleMania show, like the excitement I had at the beginning of the year, the excitement I had towards the middle of last year, when Triple H got in control and took over, now it's like completely. Now I don't even watch the shows all the way through anymore, because it's just not. It's not it anymore. It's just the same repetitive stuff. They keep feeding their customers that's paying money the same old bull crap, and those ticket prices are just going higher and higher. So it's like they got to do better. They got to do better. I mean, like I said, the match is probably going to be good, but they're probably going to make any sense in the grand scheme of things. You're probably going to have a bunch of stupid finishes, and they got to do better, man. Just, I guess, looking forward to SummerSlam.
Yo, listen to how they got him sounding, yo. It's so sad. Oh, it's hilarious. AEW all day.
Double or Nothing Sunday, 8 p.m.
You feel me? Yo, Bones came in perfect with it. That's my dog.
For sure.
Well, fellas, yeah, I'm literally just.
You sound so dejected.
He sounds so horrible.
We're live, pal. We're live, pal.
This is literally just. I don't know what I really I don't know what else to say, man. I just you crying, but then you doing cartwheels in the middle of crying. Go sit down somewhere.
Yo, somebody took a picture of Trevor. He'd be in the middle of these 2 little pieces of hair. It's a mustache weighing him down on the shoulders.
Man,
I want a picture of that. Van Cat, make that picture for me. A mustache on the shoulders, right next to his ears, just weighing him down. Just Vince's mustache crushing his hopes and dreams. Delicious.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna go and shut it down. Let me get on over here. SVDL, they get there. Oh, okay. They just started the debate. Rio versus Scheme.
Trevor sound like Eeyore.
Rio versus Scheme is an interesting title, though. Did Jesus exist in the Old Testament according to the Bible? So that's a very interesting debate. So I'm gonna go on over and check that out. Remember, we're gonna do the show Tuesday instead of Wednesday, so make sure and tune into that. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't do Tuesday. No, we can't do Tuesday. I already have a show scheduled for Tuesday.
What time?
6:05. And I scheduled this show like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I can't do Tuesday. Oh man. We're gonna have.
We'll figure it out this weekend, bro. Don't stress.
Yeah, because I mean, worst case, we may have to come try to do it Sunday night, like after the show. Yeah, we got to figure it out though, because we got to review it. But yeah, I just looked and just remembered I got a show scheduled for Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, fellas, you all have a nice one. All love. Bones, you know what it is. AEW crew, Van Cat, keep beating on Trevor. You make my Wednesdays feel better. And Trevor, I hope you wake up and somebody make a mistake and rip a patch into that beard.
Hey, Mike, I was thinking we might need to do like a political show on Straight Talk.
I ain't running from politics.
Yeah, that might have to happen at some point. I was thinking about it.
I could argue about garbage man picking up the trash. I argue about anything.
y'all got just get them slots filled in. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
that's how you get baby. Oh, you said slots. My bad. That was a good joke.
All right, peace, let me go get on over here.
Hey, send me the link, Trev.
Okay, all right,
bet. Love y'all.
Cool. All right, peace. Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it again. Man, sorry I was so down at the end of the show. It's just that as a lifelong WWE fan, they got to do better, man. Like, you know, we're the consumer, you know, and I think Michael said it best last week. He was saying how when people say Google, they automatically just think Google. They don't, even if you use Yahoo as a search engine, you're always thinking Google. So when people think wrestling, they always think WWE, and I think that's what WWE has rested on and gotten away with for so long, that we always see them as the big dog, that they feel like they don't have to do any better. So, man, hopefully that changes, man, because like a couple of months ago, I was just over the moon. You could see the excitement back for wrestling again, and now it's like just becoming a struggle to watch. I couldn't tell you when the last time I watched a complete show. Because the product is just not good anymore. I mean, they got to do better, like for real. So, like I said, there's a debate going on Soul Vision Debate League right now. I'm about to get out of here. Pour Your Heart Out does have a show Friday night, so be sure to tune into that. The Meanie and the gang will be in, and they're going to be doing their thing. So make sure to tune into that show and check the channel for all the lineups that we have this Tuesday. I have an interview set up with St. Louis Undisputed Truth TV. He's going to be talking about his trip to New Mexico to go see the Decalogue Stone. So that should be very interesting. So be sure to check in, like, subscribe, share the channel. Check us out, man. Just give us a chance. And I'm pretty sure it's something over here you'll like. Be sure to check out that NBA show from last night. That show was fire. That show was really, really good last night, man. So y'all be sure and check that out. And until next time, I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to check out Soul Vision Debate League right now. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Brother, I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be mine. The belt will be mine. The world will be mine. Shivani.